Never eat these 10 exotic foods or you'll die. When it comes to trying new foods, we first test them by looks and smell. However, looks can be deceiving, and some really appetizing foods can be extremely toxic for us. In today's video, we will talk about exotic foods that can actually kill you or send you to the ER. They are on the list of the world's most dangerous foods. Watch till the end as you'll find out about toxic foods. Are you ready? Let's jump in. Before we share the secret, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss secret health tips. The fugu fish. The fugu fish is a delicacy in Japan, but if not prepared correctly, it can be deadly. Fugu contains a toxin called tetrodotoxin, which is more poisonous than cyanide. This is why in the US, the fugu is banned. The Japanese chefs who want to be legally allowed to cook this fish must go through rigorous training and pass a strict exam. The fugu fish is really appreciated in Japan as the people there consume about 10,000 tons each year. Would you dare to try it? The giant bullfrog. This frog grows to the size of a cat, and it can be lethal due to its poison. Nevertheless, Namibians cook and eat it as a delicacy. If not cooked properly, the giant bullfrog can cause kidney failure and other complications. It might taste really nice, but do you think it's worth the risk? Alfalfa sprouts. Alfalfa sprouts are delicious and quite nutritious. However, you run the risk of salmonella infection if you consume them as they're growing. That's enough for a night visit to the ER, and you wouldn't want that, would you? Alfalfa sprouts also contain a toxin called canavanine, which can attack the immune system, so leave these sprouts aside. Bluefin tuna. Bluefin tuna is a prized delicacy in Japan, used for sushi and sashimi. It is really flavored and expensive. In 2019, a large bluefin tuna was sold for a whopping $3.1 million. Nevertheless, bluefin tuna can be dangerous because it contains high levels of mercury, a toxic chemical compound. In large quantities, it can be deadly to the human body. So be careful with bluefin tuna. It might be a delicacy, but it can also be very dangerous. Blood clams. Blood clams can be found in the Gulf of Mexico, the Atlantic, and the Pacific. Usually, clams are delicious and safe to eat, not blood clams. Blood clams live in low oxygen environments and are known to ingest various types of viruses that can prove dangerous to us humans, like typhoid, dysentery, or hepatitis A. So why not stick to ordinary clams and avoid the blood clams? Isn't that better? The kepayang fruit. The scientific name of kepayang is Panjum edule. The tree is endemic to Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore. Almost every part of the kepayang tree is poisonous. The wood, leaves, and fruit are high in cyanide, which is a deadly poison. Nevertheless, the locals have found a way to cook the fruit's seeds. Some old methods include boiling the seeds before burying them in a pit of ash for days. The seeds are considered a delicacy for their creamy texture and flavor. But would you take the chance? Hakkarl. Hakkarl is an Icelandic delicacy that tastes like stinky cheese and urine. Hakkarl is basically a rotten raw shark that gets buried in dirt for months to prevent its skin from being toxic. Hakkarl is basically raw shark meat that has been fermented. Raw shark meat is toxic because it contains high levels of urea. Sharks need urea to regulate the salt concentration in their bodies. However, for humans, high levels of urea can lead to respiratory, skin, and eye diseases. Sanakji. Also known as live octopus, sanakji is basically a raw octopus dish that is served while still moving. The octopus is no longer alive, but the nerves in the tentacles are still squirming, and the suction cups are still active. So sanakji is a choking hazard, and that's why it's dangerous. You need to chew on it thoroughly before swallowing. Apparently 6 people die every year by choking on sanakji. So think twice before you try it. Kasumarzu. Kasumarzu is basically cheese with maggots. It has been banned in many parts of the world, including the United States. Why? Because it's got actual maggots in it. So casu marzu begins as an actual block of cheese that is left outside for flies to lay their eggs in it. When these eggs hatch, the maggots start eating the cheese, digest it partially, and then excrete the rest. Yes, it sounds gross, but casu marzu is a coveted delicacy, selling on the black market for about $500 per pound. You could get a strong allergic reaction, nausea, abdominal pain, and vomiting. Silver stripe blasop. This fish is found in the Indo-West Pacific, and it is considered a delicacy. People have been eating it for centuries. However, the liver, the reproductive organs, and the skin are extremely poisonous, and they can trigger fatal paralysis and serious breathing problems. But if you carefully remove these parts, the fish is good and healthy. Would you take the risk? Don't forget to like and share. Stay healthy. Drop a comment below about what changes you're planning to make or any topics you'd like me to cover in future videos.